konsepto ng pagpatay without
It
saying
doesn't have to.
na there's
Hindi,
an
ganito.
objective truth.
Ganito, sir. Can we
Sige.
establish?
Aakyat daw ko si 80.
Can we establish as early as now that the claims of Jesus of Nazareth are true?
No, you're stating kasi na there's an
Can we,
objective truth.
oh, yeah. So,
Hello guys.
pwede
But
ba
what
natin
if I don't want to accept that objective truth? You can tell me
Alright.
na
So,
objective
Jesus,
na siya eh. So,
so yung,
regardless kung
so,
ma-accept ko or hindi.
hindi.
Or what's the other argument?
We're talking about yung God the Father. So are we accepting dito ba is our premise na naniniwala tayo that all the claims of Jesus Christ are true or not
No.
yet? Not
Short
yet.
I
answer,
don't.
no.
Or not yet. Okay.
I don't.
So yun.
At least, at the
Scientifically
very least, not yet.
coincidental, but okay, sure.
May umakyat na isang, I think mag-isa lang siya for his view right now, atheist teacher. And any words?
Hello, good evening.
It seems interesting, yung topic niyo for tonight, and I hope I can share something that would maybe, enlighten those who are still unfamiliar with atheism and the different points of views with regards to that sabihin nating topic, So, feel free to ask me, and I would be glad to join the discussion.
Siguro ang hihingin muna namin sa iyo, yung topic kasi kanina na naumpisahan is more of like how do you without God
It's
there
arguments.
would be no knowledge, and specifically like for example yung sample ni Solel kanina, how did we know that murder is wrong? How did we come up with that?
Okay. So at first glance, dalawang topic agad yan. One is about epistemology and the other one is about ethics, no? So, let's answer epistemology first. Well, there are certain definition that is generally accepted on what we call knowledge, that is JTB or justified through belief. Now, as long as you satisfy that three criteria, you have a belief, you have a justification, and we can consider it true, then we can say that you have knowledge of certain things, right? So it doesn't matter if God exists or not. You just have to satisfy the metric in considering what is knowledge, which is JTB. Alright? Now, with regards dun sa second question, which is how do we know murder is wrong, right? Tama ba?
Uh-huh.
Tama ba? Baka mali yung ko?
Yes.
Okay. So, I would like to refer to some anthropological explanation with regards on how we come up that murder is wrong. One, we have a sense of consequences. We know through past experiences that if we kill someone or we unalive, baka mapansi si PE, if we unalive someone, there's a repercussion and consequence, right? There's a repercussion and consequence to that action, which is what? Yung pagganti. And that continues on. Ever since we were small tribes, up until we had bigger clans, up to kingdoms, it has been happening. And it just so happened that we got fed up and we prioritize our security. That's why we consider something as wrong.
Yeah. Yan yung
So, yun yung
sinabi
sagot ko dyan.
Yan yung sinabi ko kanina.
You're different.
There is
Sige, go, sir.
there is a more further explanation to that. The reason why we make or made laws is because we want to standardize based on our culture and community which action are deemed beneficial or harmful. For example, generally speaking, stealing is harmful, just like murder. So, we criminalize murder, we criminalize stealing. But if you live, nakatira ka sa isang society that murder and stealing is normal, it wouldn't be illegal. Right? Everyone would be stealing, everyone would be killing each other just like what we did in the past. Okay? So, yun yung reason how we come, kasi it seems to me na doon nag-root yung paano tayo nakarating from this state that we consider murder as wrong, right? So, it's really, sorry, medyo mahaba talaga explanation, kaya it cannot be answered by a yes or no question or something as benign, as a one sentence answer.
Yeah. Yan din yung nilatag ko kanina. Oo nga, no? Hindi ko naisip yun. What if that knowledge came from a collective effort from like first century up
This is
until makarating tayo right now. So, yeah, yan yung... Okay, so anyone to answer
yes,
that?
yes. Mr. Atheist, this is also sociological arguments, no? These are material experiences lamang. Material experiences lamang siya. What we're trying to find out here is ano ba yung objective moral foundations natin? Yung bakit alam natin agad na mali siya?
Okay.
Oo.
Okay, do you want the long answer or the short answer?
Objectively, not because subjective natin tinignan na, ay, mukhang
No.
mukhang nga pangit pumatay kasi masakit.
Wala ko sinabing subjective yung pagpatay, bro.
So,
Just to get it straight.
unliving.
But it could be subjective.
Wala ko sinabing gano'n. I never even mentioned na Pero, if you want the short answer, survival. Yan yung ganun kadali. Kasi, before we had such laws, murder wasn't even considered immoral. We murder for resources. We murder for expansion. We murder for territory. It just so happened that we were not living in that timeline anymore. So, it seems to me na very undermining yung statement na ito ay physical experiences lamang. But through that physical experiences or material experiences, we were able to come up with the better model why we still progress as human beings today. So, para request ko lang na wag natin undermine na physical experience or material experiences lamang siya.
Alright. I think this is the best time to appreciate a commandment that says, thou shall not be killed. Thou shall not kill, sorry. Thou shall not kill. So, ayun, yun para sa akin yun ang tinatawag na objective, moral, value.
Sir Benji, can I butt in?
Go ahead,
Sir
go ahead,
Edie,
go
Sir
ahead.
Edie, can I butt in? So therefore, nung wala pa po yung Ten Commandments na hindi natin alam na masama po pala? Ganun po ba ang sinasabi nyo? So therefore, nung pagdating
Possibly,
lang ng
possibly.
Ten Commandments, doon pa lang po natin nalaman na mali po pala. Ganun po
Possibly.
ba?
Yes, possibly. But God loves us so much na gusto niya, meron kayong blueprint kung paano kayo mabubuhay at kung paano kayo makakasama pag namatay kayo.
Wait, Genesis already states na mali ang pagpatay. Remember the murder of Abel.
Yes.
So, the concept of murder has already been established as objectively immoral. But yung reasons for why people murder that actually is subjective. So, yun.
And just to
Sige.
clarify, before Zendaya, I just like to somehow close my discussion with Benji. Not totally, but from this moment, na it doesn't matter for me, at least, that you ground your morality into something such as biblical concepts. Why? Because we
Why
both
not?
benefit from that. If you think unaliving someone is wrong, whether that comes from biblical concept, your God, or whatsoever, and I do think that unaliving is wrong as well, we wouldn't be in danger seeing each other because we already know that unaliving each other is wrong. You get my point, bro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Mr. Atheist. We're not, hindi naman tayo nag-argue dito to what to do, kung anong tamang gawin at anong maling gawin. We're arguing here kung saan nga ba to nanggaling lahat. What ano yung ano natin, ano yung solid
Mm.
foundation natin para
I
maniwala
have a good
tayo.
answer.
Hindi,
Yeah.
if bigay tayo ng
Sure.
ibang example, rather than unaliving someone. How about the fact that we have to do good to each other? Anong ano natin doon? Anong moral foundation natin? Bakit kailangan natin maging mabait sa isa't isa? Bakit natin kailangan mahalin ang isa't isa?
Yeah. Again, no, but before that, I would like to point out na yung concept ng good, no, differs from culture to culture, no, and
Here, here.
generally speaking, we may seem na iisa yung pinanghuhugutan natin ng good, but then again, if you look at it on a closer lens, no, what's good for the mother in the West, specifically talking about abortion, is not good here in our country, which is again the topic of abortion, right? So now, to answer your question, kasi may disconnect talaga tayo, and I acknowledge that kasi you're coming from atheistic lens and I'm coming from an atheistic lens, and I don't have any problem with that as long as we come with an agreement that something is beneficial for both of us, then good, no. But then yung good na yan, na why do we have to do good, again babalik pa rin tayo sa foundation, no. Ultimately, kahit pababawin natin, such as reciprocality, mas mababaw yan, no, or such as well-being, no. But then ultimately, at its roots, survival pa rin, kasi it is better, no, to be at ease, and you don't have to worry about someone trying to unalive you or someone trying to strangle you in your sleep, right? So you know that certain actions denote certain actions. So if this action is considered acceptable in society and is considered good, then ang reciprocality nito is something good din sa'yo. So that's why we prefer, no, the reciprocality of having good outcome rather than having a bad outcome. Just as
So, wait.
mundane as being late at work, di ba? Na we prefer to be early at work rather than being late.
So what you're saying, sorry,
Go ahead.
Mr. Atheist. So the concept of good is for us to be socially coexisted with
Sorry,
each
maingay yung
other.
pusa. I didn't hear you properly. Can you repeat that?
Grabe yung away nila. Anyway,
Grabe,
the
narinig ko.
concept. And then, so the concept of good for you is, or the reason why we're good is so that we can socially coexist amongst each other. And by saying murder, to commit murder, or for someone to commit murder, completely negates said coexistence.
Legalizing or sabihin natin promoting such action.
Anyway, I appreciate that, Mr. Atheist. That's your view. I will respect that. I want to talk naman to yung for the believers or the theists. Gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo yung na-appreciate ko yung dynamic niyan of doing good to your neighbor. Yung mula sa 10 Commandments na sinabing love thy neighbor. So, there's a simple saying na maging mabait kayo sa isa't isa. To the coming of Jesus Christ, tapos kinonvert niya yan into believing na kahit kaaway mo, mahalin mo. No? So para sa akin, being a theist, being a theist, hindi atheist being atheist, that's beautiful para sa akin. That is my objective foundation kung paano ako makitungo sa isa't isa. Ayun lang. Thank you.
Hello. Sige, 80.
Go ahead. And I just appreciate Bench, no? Kasi okay din yung sinabi.
Oh yeah, and I think we're having a healthy discussion naman. Hindi naman tayo nag-ano dito. And I mean, yun lang yung sinasabi ko kanina, parang going hindi kasi siya nasagot kanina about the paglagay ng Ten Commandments. I think Taiwan it became water under the bridge. Pero yung sa Ten Commandments kasi I don't fully believe na I'm not convinced na yung Ten Commandments yung naging genesis ng conceptualization na mali ang pagpatay or parang kasi for example yung argument kanina ni AT ay parang iniisip natin na hindi pa parang wala pang conceptualization na mali ang pagpatay dati because of survival. Pero kasi kung titignan natin yung roots ng survival, maraming factors yan. Kasi for example, ang food, nag-develop ang food natin, nagkaroon tayo ng iba't ibang sources. So hindi lang siya necessarily dahil nagkaroon ng Ten Commandments at kaya na nagkaroon ng conceptualization na mali yung pagpatay. The thing is, yung point ko doon, parang binibridge ko kasi yung sinabi ni na 18 ni PE. Doon sa sinabi ko kanina, na parang at its core, yung mga unang tao, they felt pain. And yung pain na yun, nag-build up sa society. Mas marami yung nakaramdam ng pain, mas marami, as a collective, naniwala sila na, oo nga no, mali nga yung pain kasi nga, it hurts us. Kasi for example, like, I mean, this is a very shallow example. Pag sinampal ko ba ang hindi marunong like mag-isip or hindi marunong or kahit ikaw, pag sinampal ba kita, hindi ka masasaktan? I think yung instinct mo is masasaktan ka. And does it factor in na ay iniisip ko may divine being pala sa taas? Kaya ako nasabi na nasaktan ako. Hindi, 'di ba? It's a natural instinct or it's a feeling. And yun yung parang ina-argue ko kanina kay Solel na it's not unlogical, it is also not unreasonable na makaramdam ng pain. And that pain, yung extreme nun, which is unaliving somebody, yun yung parang naging basis kung bakit parang hindi naman kailangan ng divine being para maniwala na totoo or na may konsepto ng pagpatay or na mali ang konsepto ng pagpatay.
Yeah, to add, actually there's a philosophical inquiry regarding what Zendaya is saying. It is called emotivism. That morality comes from emotion. That we feel bad for certain action, that's why we deem it unacceptable. Because we know that certain action, when done to us, will not feel good. Right? Tulad ng example niya, ang ganda nun, yung pagsampal. So, let's say, no, I would like to quote Immanuel Kant in this statement that sabi niya, no, treat every action as if it will be a universal law. Ngayon, sabi ni Kant, kapag ka gumawa ka ng isang bagay, tulad na lang ng sinabi ni Zendaya na pagsampal, imaginein mo ang mundo na lahat tayo nagsasampalan. Would that be good? Hindi, di ba?
Well, kung yung pera
So,
yung
based on
papagsasampal
that,
sa atin, then it is good.
yeah, based on that, we can cost out, no, yung action ng pagsampal. Oh, mali ito. Because we don't want everybody slapping each other every day and all the time. Right? So, yun yung pinagmumulan nung, I think, no, it's a valid philosophical inquiry. Ang tawag dyan is emotivism.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be slapped kasi ayaw mo makaramdam ng pain, not because there's a divine being. Diba?
Exactly.
I mean, do I have to think na may divine being pa para makaramdam ng pain? That's my point since kanina.
Yeah, sir, Zendaya, let's not
Sige, go ahead.
wag tayo para tayo na nare-retract. I think these are general knowledges na ngayon. I mean, these are general experiences na ngayon na you don't wanna feel pain, you wanna feel good, bawal manakit ng tao. These are all general. Ang gusto ko lang i-reiterate ng ating pinag-uusapan po ay ano po yung pinagmulan niyang lahat. No, I don't naturally I don't greet my office mates good morning because bigla ko naalala na ito yung sabi ng Diyos. Hindi naman ganoon eh. I think that's almost impossible na for every action you do na ito kasi yung sabi ng Diyos. I do that sometimes, pero not every time, no? Ang gusto kong tumbukin is that ano ba yung pundasyon nitong lahat? Bakit natin to kailangan gawin lahat? So, ayun lang. Yun na po. And I think the best explanation for that is... Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
kung para saan yung Ten Commandments na yan? Para maganda yung tanong ko.
It's a
May,
it's
tanong ko, bakit may Ten Commandments?
it's basically a blueprint on how we ng acceptance ng Diyos.
So, ibig sabihin, paano yun sa panahon ni let's say, doon, atras tayo
Ano tayo? Old Testament Old Testament
Okay.
tayo.
I-justify lang natin yung sinasabi mo kasi parang hindi siya acceptable sa pagsasabi mo. Eh, ang tanong ko, kailan ba in-apply ang Ten Commandments? Ano ngayon ibang justify mo doon sa mga hindi naabutan yung Ten Commandments? Kasi sabi mo, yan yung basis ng good and evil, di ba?
No, it's a blueprint ang niregalo sa atin. It doesn't say na without that, pwede pa tayong gumawa ng masama. It doesn't say
Hindi.
that.
Ang sinasabi ko kasi,
It was a gift.
yung
It was a-
yung difference nung kailan nag-exist yung Ten Commandments at sa mga tao na hindi inabutan yung Ten Commandments. Tapos kung yun yung magiging justification mo para sabihin natin kung yung batayan mo na kung yung gumagawa ng tao ay masama o mali, paano nga doon sa mga hindi inabutan yun? Paano yun?
May mga biblical may mga biblical may mga biblical knowledges naman noon just before the Ten
Give me an
Commandments.
example.
Yun
Sige,
naman,
such as?
if I may reiterate, Sir Interrogator, it doesn't say na nung wala pang Ten Commandments na pwede tayong gumawa ng masama. Parang ganito, sir, you are taking an exam at ditong-dito kang hirap ka paano gawin yung exam kasi wala nagturo sa'yo. Ganon. Ngayon, God, I think, loves us so much na ito na, susundin nyo na lang ito at papasa kayo sa akin. Parang gano'n. So, I think of it as a gift, not as a point, not as a point in life in the life of the world. Kung kailan lang tayo pwedeng gumawa ng tama. Hindi sinabi na ngayon binigay ko na yung Ten Commandments, pwede na kayong ito na yung
Hindi, yun nga, isinasakyan niya kita doon sa lente mo eh. Sinasakyan ko. Kasi kanina ko pa narinig yung Ten Commandments, yun yung laging batayan nyo. Sinasakyan kita doon, ginagran ko nga sa'yo yun eh. Ngayon, so ibig sabihin may point kayo sa 80, totoo ngayon yung sinasabi niya na magiging, yung magiging collective tayo ngayon. Kasi paano yun? Hindi mo pa rin nasagot yung question. Paano doon sa mga tao?
I
For
think,
example,
sir,
from
I
Abraham.
don't claim to be the Bible expert here. Pero tingin ko naman just before the Ten Commandments, kasi biblical account ni Moises na yan, di ba? I don't think naman na before the biblical accounts of Moises, may mga other biblical accounts na yon starting from Genesis.
Such as, sige, bigyan mo ko example. Anong mga biblical accounts?
Nasabi na kanina where nung pinatay ni
Give me a specific. Give me a specific.
How about the first crime ever committed? Hindi po ba pinaano? If we're gonna talk about Old Testament, sir, before the Ten Commandments, may mga biblical accounts naman na. 'Di ba? Alam na ng mga tao na si Cain at Abel.
So,
Alam na ng mga tao na si Adam and Eve. So may mga biblical accounts na noon.
okay. So, ibig sabihin, kung yun lang yung...
Can you accept that as a moral guide for people na huwag kayong pumatay? Kasi nung pumatay kayo, kinondemn si Cain nung pumatay kayo. I think if I was living in the Old Testament, maniniwala ako doon. Being na wala pa tayong sociological intelligence noon.
Okay?
Oh, ayun, yun na, sir. But
Sige, diyan niya ako pupunta eh. Diyan niya ako pupunta kay Cain.
Okay, alright.
So, tanong, di ba sabi kanina, ang linaw naman ang sinabi mo, tama, di ba? Ang unang laws, sige, sakyan natin, gagrant ko na naman. Nasa point mo ako hindi ko to sinasabi na mali ka. Okay, so ano ngayon yung justification para i-condemn si Cain? Wala namang batas.
Pinarusahan siya ng Diyos.
Hindi, ano nga yung justification? Kasi walang law eh. Wala tayong mababasa. Genesis chapter 1.
Wala. Pero
ano nga yung justification para mag-condemn ka?
Pinarusahan ka ng Diyos kasi mali yung ginawa mo. At
Hindi,
saka,
ano nga yung justification? Kasi naintindihan mo ba yung law?
Yeah, I
Ibig
mean,
sabihin, para ma-justify mo yung isang mali, kailangan may law. Kung walang law, walang kasalanan. Kahit gawin mo yun, tama pa rin yun.
yes, brother. Pero I think if you are talking to the God Creator Himself, I think kung ano sabihin niya sa'yo, that becomes a law. Di ba? Di ba? I mean kung kung
Okay.
nasa panahon ka, nasaksihan mo na pinatay ni Cain si Abel at nagalit ang Diyos, hindi ka pa ba susunod nun? Will you not treat that as a divine law na sinabi ng isang divine being?
Okay, so ang tanong ko, alam ba ni Cain yung ginagawa niya? Wala namang batas eh. Wala namang binigay na utos eh.
Yes, alam niya
Kasi
yun.
kailangan may idea ka na yung ginagawa mo, may parang kailangan yung law nag-exist na. Kasi kung yung law hindi nag-exist, parang illogical ngayon yung condemnation ng Diyos.
The law is
I don't
made,
get it.
the law is written by the people but not authored by. Alright? It is written by the people. Ngayon, if I'm gonna take you back again to the first days of the creation, sinasabi ko nga, na kung yung Diyos din nagsabi sa yung mali yan, hindi mo pa ba
Okay, Benji. O sige, giguran ko na naman sa iyo. Sige, kailan ba nagsabi na mali ang Diyos? Mali yung ginawa ni Cain. Kailan sinabi yon ng Diyos? Pinapaniwalaan mo.
I don't claim to be...
Pwede ko ba
Kailan ba?
Baka makatulong.
Okay, kailan? Give me a dispensation. Kasi nagbabasa naman ako ng Biblia. Sa Genesis chapter 4, walang law akong nabasa kahit isa na patungkol sa masama ang pagpatay. Nabasa ko yun.
Alam ko
Inundin na siya ng Diyos after na yung kasalanan, yung after ng pagpatay nagawa. Pero before, wala.
Rinig ba ako?
Alright,
Okay,
go.
sige.
Yes, rinig ka
Yes.
kayo.
Rinig
Ako,
ka.
baka makatulong to sa usapan nyo. Kasi ang idea doon is, kung makikita nyo sa New Testament, di ba sinabi ni Jesus Christ na yung hatred pa lang is actually murder na. So kung makikita mo sa Old Testament, sinabi ni God kay Cain, sabi niya, sin is crouching at your door and its desire is to have you. So you must rule over it. Kasi may hatred siya sa kapatid niya. So ngayon, yung hatred na yon that actually, sobrang hatred niya, kaya niya pinatay si Abel. So ngayon, kung makakatulong sa discussion nyo na merong sinabi doon sa warning ni God na yung sin sa puso ni Cain, na why you so, why is your face downcast? Wouldn't you be accepted if you do what's right? So meron ng right and wrong doon, di ba? Sabi doon, sin is crouching at your door and its desire is to have you. You must rule over it. Yung hatred, yung tinutukoy. So, kung makikita nyo, connected yun sa sinabi ni Christ na hatred pa lang, murder na.
Okay.
Baka makatulong sa inyo.
Okay. Parang unjustifiable yun. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, murder.
Meron pa akong sagot diyan,
would accept
interrogator.
that.
I know you're trying to as the name suggests, interrogate this theist. Pero if you may remember, no, even before the fall of man, no, yung pagrebel pa lang ng anghel, meron ng batas eh. It just so happen na hindi siya nakasulat. So it seems to me na you're implying na kapag hindi na isulat during this point in time, because we have no means to write it, therefore wala nang batas. Ganun ba yung implication ng sinasabi?
Gusto niya ipasa muna sa
Hindi,
Senado.
ang nangyayari kasi dyan 80, unjustifiable. Kasi
Kasi
parang,
sa akin po, parang INC ka niyan eh.
hindi.
Sa akin lang ha, at least sa akin.
Ang gusto ko lang i-pinpoint kasi hindi ko sila nagigets eh. Pinopoint nila, ginagamit nilang justification yung Ten Commandments. Ginagrant ko na nga na tama sila doon eh. Ngayon, nasa posisyon na ngayon ako na ipapasok ko yung tanong na yan. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan bitawan nila yung justification na Ten Commandments kasi yun sila nagja-justify eh. Paano yan? Wala pang laws before.
Meron.
Ngayon, ibig sabihin, tama ka ngayon 80. Hindi basihan yung Ten Commandments.
Hindi, kasi
May mga diba? Hinuhuli ko lang sila.
para makatulong ko yun.
Order
Kasi
the court.
yung Ten Commandments kasi is the reflection of the character of God. So ngayon, yung character of God is there na simulat sa pool, right? Kumbaga, kinodify lang na ito, like for example, thou shall not murder because God is not a murderer. So yun yung point doon. Kaya sinasabi, yung actually, yung Ten Commandments is a reflection of the nature of the human. And at the same time, reflection of the nature of God. So, may law na, pero kasama rin sa Bible na sinabi, tama ka rin naman na hindi chinarge. Kasi meron rin sa Bible na, how can you charge, parang hindi chinarge yung kasalanan nila because there was no law. So, yun ay tungkol sa fairness. It doesn't mean there's no law like absolute law. Pero tama ka rin dahil sinabi rin sa Bible na hindi chinarge sa kanila because there's no written law. Wala pang law. Kaya,
First warning.
for fairness, hindi chinarge.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin, bakit, kung hindi chinarge, bakit kinondem?
No. Kasi, yan sa natural.
Hindi, yun yung reality ng nangyari kay Cain. Hindi naman tayo dito nag-iimbento lang ng kwento eh.
Correct,
Yun
correct.
yung reality niya eh.
Pero-
Kinondem siya eh. Agree ka ba doon o disagree na kinondem siya?
Hindi, teka. Hindi kinondemn in the sense of what you're thinking eh. Kasi by default, we are a fallen nature, right? Fallen yung nature natin. So by default, we all go to hell, right?
Hindi pa tayo diyan pumupunta. Ang pinag-uusapan pa lang natin is yung pang-justify kay Cain.
Kay Cain?
Yes. Ano yung justification? Kasi na-condemn siya eh. Sabi mo kanina.
Well, ano ba kinondemn? Sa kanya, ano ba ang batas ng Diyos kung kinondemn? Di ba eye for an eye?
Ay, kailan? Okay. Yan. O sige, kailan ba ang context ng iPhone or ay? Sa panahon ba ni Cain? Di ba hindi naman?
Kung i-apply mo yung sinasabi mong law to condemn Cain, di ba dapat eye for an eye dapat? Kung gagawin yung gagawin yung
Hindi mo
standard?
pala ako nagigets para gano'n to. Hindi mo ako napaprex.
I think
Alam mo ba kung
eye-
kailan ang time dispensation ng eye for an eye? Kailan ba nag-exist yung law na yan?
O teka, ulitin ko yung argument mo para malaman ko kung gets kita o ako hindi mo nagigets, okay?
Okay,
So,
nagigets.
ulitin ko yung argument mo.
Okay.
Ang argument mo kasi is hindi justifiable na i-condemn si Cain because there was no written law yet to actually ituro
Hindi ko
Diyos
sinasabi
para
na written law.
Para sabihin na, okay, you violated this. Parang gano'n, tama?
Hindi ko sinasabi na written law. Law lang ang sinasabi ko.
Akala ko yun yung sinasabi mo, sir.
Wala akong sinasabing written law.
Okay,
Hindi,
so ibig sabihin, hindi mo rin pwedeng i-argue yung Ten Commandments kasi that's the codified eh.
Okay nga. O, sige, dito na ako ngayon pumapasok.
Okay,
Ano
go.
ngayon yung bakit ngayon na-condemn? Kung wala naman palang, wala tayong, let's say, walang laws na para ma-prevent yung ano na yon, yung event na yon in the first place.
So na sinabi kay Gabe, kay Gabe, ba't Gabe na naman?
Ito naman
Si
sige.
Tama na, uy. Tama na, uy.
Uy! Ba't kay Cain?
Hindi na makatulog yung tao kayo.
Hindi nga sa why is your face downcast? Sin is crouching at your door and it desires is to have you. You must rule over it. So may sinabi na sa
I would
kanya.
like to add. Sige.
Go.
I would like to add interrogator na if we're going to take the classical theology, no? So, according to St. Thomas Aquinas, even though pragmatists may not agree, no? Sin is the corruption of nature. So, ano ba yung nature ng pagkakagawa kay Cain at Abel? I doubt na that would be a murder. Hindi yan yung nature na ginawa sa kanila. So, even if walang written law, ang justification is tumuligsa sila, sumalungat sila dun sa nature na binigay sa kanila ng Diyos. So, by that reason, yun ang justification. Bakit na-cast out si Cain?
Agree. Yan din yung view ko eh. Yung sinabi ni Thomas eh. Mas gusto ko yung argument mo dyan, Nate eh. Ibig sabihin, ang kini-question na natin dyan, yung nature na ngayon nila. Against the
Nature na nila, yes. Oo.
Imagine mo, Sir Prag, no, na during those times na buhay si Cain, kinausap siya mismo ng Diyos na I mean the nature the reality na yun, na kinausap ka mismo ng Diyos na nararamdaman ko naiinggit ka diyan sa kapatid mo. Tapos binalaan na agad siya na huwag kang papasuko diyan sa inggit na nararamdaman mo. Pero wala eh. Nangyari pa rin. Ito kakabasa ko ng Genesis 4 na yun nga tinuloy pa rin niya yung murder sa kapatid niya.
Yeah, kasi nag-stem kasi yung galit, yung hatred ni Cain sa envy.
Oo, yes.
Kasi diba, favored si Abel. Ngayon, dahil dun sa envy niya,
Yes. Oo.
pumasok ngayon yung yung hatred, yung anger sa kanya kay Abel.
Oo.
Then that actually, alam mo, dun pa lang sa ginawa ni Abel, meron na kagad, ano ba tawag doon? Foreshadowing ng law,
Yes,
ng
yes.
written law.
Yun, gaya nga na nabanggit ko, the Ten Commandments is there to reflect lang na baka kasi walang nasusulat. 'Di ba? Baka kailangan natin gumawa ng ultimate na batas in the form of letters carved in stone para maging guide na ng mga tao. No? Na nagsisimula na the Lord is your, with commandment number 1 hanggang commandment number 10. So, yun, Mr. Interrogator, I think we cannot answer you if you're looking for a law before the creation or right after the creation with the time of Adam and Eve. Pero the mere experience lang of Cain and Abel, I think that is a divine law na. There's a divinity na ever since that will tell you na mali nga pong manakit o pumatay ng tao.
Hold on, pabat in ako.
Tanong ako dyan, Kuya Benji, no? Yung bang mali ng tao ay mali din sa Diyos? Equal ba sila? Kung ano yung mali sa tao, yun din yung mali sa Diyos.
Biblically speaking, yes. Kasi
Okay, perfect. So, sinabi kanina ni Sir Caio, no, thou shall not murder, which is, tama nga naman, nakalagay sa Ten Commandments. Because God is not a murderer. Pero, kapag binasa natin yung Old Testament, ang daming mga patayan na involve yung instruction ng God na patayin lahat ng humihinga, even innocent babies. Even innocent animals. So, with that being said, can we also acknowledge na God is immoral in that sense?
Ayun.
Ano?
These are agonizing arguments na I don't
I can answer that, Ilo.
Okay, go back.
I will disagree kasi the law is thou shall not murder. When you say murder, unjustifiably killing, right? So kapag ang Diyos ang pumatay, unang-una, we all fell short sa glory ng Diyos. Lahat tayo ay sinners. He is actually justified to kill all of us at once without being a murderer.
And take note, yun sa mga murders na
Yes,
nakabase
ano
din
yung-
sa Old Testament.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Based dun sa mga, and I'm going to say this loosely, license to kill or unalive in the Old Testament, may guidelines na binabase on laws of old. However, to unalive someone out of to unalive someone without following those guidelines, it is already established na mali yun. You can't unalive someone just because.
Hindi, pero si Sir, Ilu? Sensei Ilu. Brother, ganito, that's a very agonizing, argument yung sinabi mo, na marami nga naman talagang extreme rules nung Old Testament. And then, marami din tao ang nagtaka. Dito na pumasok ang Age of Reason, na, ano ba to, susundin ba natin tong gatong kadahas na Diyos? Ganyan. And then, ano yan? Ginawa naman ng paraan ng Diyos yan. Di ba? Paano niya ginawa ng paraan? Ginawa niya si Kristo. Di ba? Bumaba si Kristo, nagkatawan tao siya para sa ating lahat. Na pinadali na niya, na kung dati kailangan pamputulin yung kamay mo, kailangan pambulagin ito si ganyan. Ngayon, maniwala ka na lang, sundan mo na lang si Kristo. Mapapasalangit ka doon.
Is the ultimate sacrifice.
Hello?
Ang nakikita ko dito, yung pagiging immoral ng murder is not about the action itself, but more of like kung sino yung gumagawa. Parang nagiging gano'n na lang. Pag si God yung gumawa ng action na to, X, hindi siya murder. Pag tao yung gumawa ng action na to, X, therefore murder. So hindi na siya sa element, hindi na siya dun sa action itself, dun na siya sa kung sino yung gumagawa. So parang nagiging arbitrary na yung tinatawag natin na judgment, what is murder and what is not murder.
No, it's not. Let's do it logically. Okay, you agree sa biblical narrative, everyone is a sinner, correct?
according sa Bible. But
Yeah, correct. Kasi dyan lang tayo sa narrative ng Bible,
Bible.
siyempre.
Right.
Siyempre. So if everyone is a sinner, then let's say ganito, every time na nag-commit ng sin ng tao, is God justified to kill that person kagad?
I'd say not necessarily.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, since you agree sa narrative ng Bible is everyone is a sinner, everyone fell short, everyone lies, everyone is sinner, as a sinner. In short. Okay, everyone is a sinner. So ngayon, the moment na nag-commit ng sin yung isang tao, is God justified to kill that person kagad right away?
No, I don't think so. I don't think God is justified to kill that
Why?
person immediately. Because isa sa mga nature ng God is all forgiving yung God.
No.
All merciful.
Just justice lang. We're talking about justice.
Right, and isa nga sa mga nature ng God is all merciful siya. Isa sa mga
Yeah,
attributes ng
pero
God.
pero yung sinasabi mong merciful is pwede kong i-argue yan mamaya. So doon muna tayo sa justice and then i-justify ko sa iyo yung merciful naman.
But can you give justice without being mercy?
Yeah, of course. You can.
Can you give me an example? Like
Yeah,
in
like for example,
reality, hindi yung
yeah, kasabihan sa law. The law might be harsh but it is the law. Right?
Mhm.
It doesn't give you any mercy.
Pero may mercy ka dun sa victim, tama ba?
No. Wait. Hindi, wala pa tayo doon. So, nasa victim ka na eh. Wag mo tayo. Doon gusto ko lang justify muna sa'yo na is God justified to kill that person the moment he or she commits a sin against God. So, at that moment, is he justified to kill that person? Justice lang pinag-usapan natin muna.
Yun nga yung sagot ko. I don't think God is justified to terminate yung tao na nagkasala just because nagkasala siya.
Okay, so ibig sabihin, you're talking about a God na hindi perfect. Because how can God forgive that perfection siya, di ba?
Right. So, I think it would contradict his nature if sasabihin mo na, justified ang God na patayan, therefore
Agad.
nagkasala ka, patayan ka na agad or extinguish ka na agad. So,
Yeah.
it would contradict his nature, yung other attributes niya.
Like
Na
what?
being all merciful, being all loving,
Okay,
being all
let me
caring.
justify the merciful.
Go ahead.
Okay, now, since ang argument ko is he is justified to actually kill that person right away the moment he committed the sin, now, by not killing him kagad, that's actually an act of mercy. Patience, correct?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Okay,
Hindi-
noong una, justice yung pinaglalabang ko. Ngayon, by not killing all those people that commit the sin, and then di sila pinapatay kagad, and then actually, that's an act of mercy because of patience, correct?
Not necessarily.
Okay? Why?
Hindi, I mean, just because hindi mo pinatay ka agad, therefore,
Yeah, but the justice requires for you to kill that person kagad.
Yeah.
how does it follow? I just want to see how does it follow.
Na ina-explain ni brother yung when do we say that God is merciful? Diba?
Yeah,
Kung-
kaya nga sabi ko,
kung gumagawa
okay,
ka ng
i-explain ko naman yung
kasalanan
merciful side. Dahil hindi ka kagad pinapatay the moment you commit the sin, actually that's extending patience sa'yo. Ibig sabihin, that's an act of mercy. You still
Okay,
have
so-
a chance, right?
Alright, so how about yung mga innocent babies na pinatay sa OT? So hindi binigyan ni God yun ng chance na lumaki sila and magkaroon sila ng pagbabago or magkaroon sila ng development?
No, again, ang argument ko nga kasi is two-pronged, right? Justice and actually mercy yung ina-argue mo, right? So, ang point ko is...
Di ba nagsimula ako dun sa
justified.
nagsimula ako dun sa Old Testament nung sinabi mo na God is not a murderer, right?
Yeah,
So ang
correct.
point ko dito, when you say na hindi agad pinapatay ni God yung mga nagkakasala, paano yung sa OT na kung saan in-instruct ni God yung mga Israelites na patayin lahat ng humihinga, kahit bata, matanda, kahit
It's the
mga
animals,
animals.
right?
Sorry?
Pati animals, yeah.
Yeah, pati animals. So paano nga yun?
So, ulitin ko nga, ang inargue ko kanina is justice. You agreed sa biblical narrative, everyone is a sinner. Everyone is guilty, right? So, ang question mo is, how about the baby? Saan siya guilty? Yun tingin ko yung gusto mong i-argue, right?
Mhm.
Okay, doon siya sa number 1 commandment,
Na?
right? Okay, so, kapag hindi nagawa, and then, for example, pag binigyan mo pa ng time yung bata na lumaki, right? I'm sure he will commit a sin. You agree with that, right?
Teka lang, teka lang kayo Gusto ko lang linawin kung, what do you mean by everyone is a sinner? Like, pagkapanganak sinner na? Or like, everyone is a sinner, like yung mga adult lang?
Everyone is a sinner by virtue of the commandment. Gawin natin sa summarized version ng commandment. Love God and love your neighbor as yourself. That's an act, that's a positive act. Everyone is guilty on that. Maybe you can argue na ay nagawa ko yung second commandment na love your neighbor as yourself, but you cannot do one.
Kasi, ang iniisip ko kasi kayo, like, God, being the creator of the universe, being all-powerful, all-loving, all-merciful, could have find any ways kung saan pwedeng palakihin itong mga babies na to at hindi na lang patayin unmercifully yung ginawa sa OT, di ba?
Okay, may dalawang argument dyan.
Go
Okay?
ahead.
Ang unang argument is, why would you want a baby to experience the evil of the world? Isn't it okay na ganun yung nangyari because hindi na-touch ng evil yung bata? Like for example, hindi nila experience yung evil of the world. That's one argument. You can argue that, I guess. Pero the second one is actually, they are also guilty by virtue of the law. So, hindi necessary na dapat pagbigyan ng Diyos yung mga babies kasi if that is the case, then I will be a messiah for promoting abortion because I'm saving a lot of
pa nga
babies.
dyan kayo may pangatlo pa nga dyan Whatever
Go ahead,
God
Jay.
did is just and merciful. Yung
Ano
pa
na?
yung pangatlo dyan. Whatever God did is just and merciful.
Correct. Kaya kasi ang naisip ko dito is okay, paano mo siya i-categorize as murder? Kasi nga ang argument is ang murder is yung person na pinatay mo is like for example, kaya magkaiba yung tao tsaka sa Diyos di ba? Kasi God is perfect. Guilty ka na kagad kahit anong gawin mo. So ngayon, pag sa tao, sinasabi kasi yung kasalanan ko sa iyo, Ilo, is hindi ko kasalanan kay PX, right?
Yan, ako kasi, di ba, parang, like, ano ba talaga yung element ng murder? Like, is it about the action or is it about the doer? So, san talaga? Kung pipili ka doon kayo?
It's both, actually. It's the intention of the doer. It's also the act itself. Pero yung murder kasi is whether the person is guilty or not, di ba? Nagigas mo yung innocent or not, something like that. But naintindihan lang natin yun dito as tao sa tao. Pero everyone is guilty sa mata ng Diyos.
Hold on, quick
Nakikita
interjection.
mo ba yung pinapoint ko?
Quick
Sir, eight,
interjection.
Go ahead, Sentay.
Mabilis lang, 1 minute lang. Since tumataas na yung mga viewers natin, magiging ko dito. Pwede i-state natin yung argument natin kung ano ba yung pinag-uusapan natin. Kasi medyo, I think we shifted dun sa kanina nating topic, yung topic natin earlier. So parang, para lang clear, ano yung pinag-arguhan natin ngayon?
Dahil yung justification ng murder, parang ang gustong i-argue yata ni Sensei Ilo is kasi parang tinanong niya kanina yung morality ba or yung tama't mali sa tao is tama't mali din sa Diyos. Parang sinagot nung kausap niya kanina is oo. So ngayon, kinumpare niya ngayon yung pagpatay ng mga tao as a sin to God and then kumbaga okay, apply that logic with God so lumalabas immoral din si God because He murders people. And then I argued, no, He actually didn't murder people. He actually just killed them.
ano ba yung murder? Is it the doer or is it the act itself? Ang sabi ni Kayo, intention daw and action itself, 'di ba? Pero 'di ba present naman yung intention and action itself, right? Dun sa concept ng God, right? Nung pumatay siya, nung in-instruct niya yung mga Israelites na pumatay ng mga inosenteng bata sa OT, tsaka nung sa flood. So present yung dalawang element, intention, action.
Correct.
Now, ang magiging pinaka-final conclusion dito is that hindi murder yung ginawa ni God kasi si God yung gumawa. So,
No.
ang pinopoint ko lang
Hindi
dito,
mo
nagiging
ba?
arbitrary na yung morality, yung murder. Nagiging purely subjective na siya in the name of God. Na pag si God yung gumawa, kahit R pa yan, kahit grape pa yan, kahit ano pa yung immoral, nagiging good. Kasi si God yung gumawa in the first place.
Pero hindi siya arbitrary. That's why I argued na he's carrying out justice. Hindi na siya arbitrary. Kasi arbitrary is
If you,
whim.
wanna,
Out of whim, right?
He
alam mo,
established
if you want to
guidelines
accept, yeah, kung
He
gusto mo
established
tanggapin
guidelines,
the reality.
by analyzing people that makes it justifiable. Kasi
Negative.
kakasabi lang.
Yeah,
Ano? Hindi ko masyado marinig.
the laws of Old Testaments are extremes, Kung i-apply natin ang laws of Old Testaments up until today, kung hindi dumating si Kristo, kung hindi nagkaroon ng New Testament, we would all be dead. Ganon ka ganon ka extremes yung laws ng Old Testament. And these are all justification to inflict justice. Ganon nila tinanggap yan during the Old Testament. Kaya nga ipinadala ng Diyos si Kristo para mas mapanadali na yung pag-akyat natin sa langit at pagtanggap sa Kanya. So, ayun.
Pero
ganun na.
I think alam naman ni Ilo yun eh. Feeling ko alam naman ni Ilo yun. Pero ang ina-argue niya kasi, he's trying to attack one of God's attributes. Alam ko yun yung gusto niyang gawin eh.
Yeah,
Tama ba,
obviously.
Ilo?
Siguro kasi nag-originate yung
Kaya
ano kanina.
murder, a murder. Pag ang tao ang gumawa, murder. Pero pag ang Diyos, regardless kung yung action and intention, yung element ng action or element ng intention present, pero pag si God yung gumawa, hindi na siya magiging murder. Yun lang yung parang pinopoint ko kanina. Pero I
This
think
is,
as
that is the
agonizing-
reason why I argued na it is justified. Kasi kapag justified na siya, hindi na siya arbitrary.
As agonizing as it is,
Pero
the answer is
would you
yes.
accept, would you accept, Sir Kayo, let's say nag-concede ako, sige sabihin ko, well, justified kasi makasalanan sila. Would you still accept, would you accept na, well, it doesn't follow na therefore justified, therefore it's moral. Would you accept?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Expound mo nga.
Let's say, yung mga police pumatay ng criminal, justified yon, hostage taking. Does it mean na anong judgment mo doon, moral or immoral yung action nila?
Dahil nagkaroon ng nag-hostage taking dahil napatay nila yung
Yung
suspect.
criminal. Oo.
No, it is justified for me.
Pero
Kaya hindi ako against death penalty. Hindi ako against death penalty.
Hindi, I mean, yung sa moral, is it moral or immoral?
Yeah, kasi hindi ko rin naman tinitingnan na immoral yung death penalty. Kaya the same logic applies to sa hostage taker.
Di ba yung what we refer to as justified and what we refer to as morality, nasa ibang, pwedeng mag-exist sila in both realm and pwede ding sometimes magkaiba sila ng realm na justified siya pero hindi siya moral, or justified siya pero hindi siya immoral, something like that. Pero anyway,
Stepping down.
Kaya ako sinasabing justified para maintindihan ng tao na nawala siya sa realm ng murder. Kasi ang definition ng murder is unjustifiable killing. So kaya ako siya sinasabing justified para mawala siya sa murder. Na-guess mo yung point ko?
So, parang sinasabi mo ngayon, Pragma, na okay na pumatay once na justifiable na yung yung reason. Okay na pala pumatay.
Justifiable.
Hindi, reverse ko lang. Di ba? Sabi mo kanina, as long as hindi siya pumasok doon sa yung element ng sinasabi ni Ilo. So, ibig sabihin, i-reverse natin ngayon. So, ibig sabihin, okay na pumatay kapag justifiable na yung cause ng elements ng nung tao o kaya nung Diyos. Tama?
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
Basically, that's my argument dahil unang-una kaya nga ako pro ako death penalty sa institutionalize yung death penalty as long as ako hindi ako yung papatay. As long as hindi ako yung papatay, as long as institution yung papatay, that's good. That's good for
the
me.
law,
That's
the
okay
human
with me.
law, the human law requires you to kill kung pwede, kung mamamatay ka rin. Kung if
Ay,
you're,
magandang gabi po.
good evening, Macarios. The law requires you na to defend yourself. Pwede ka pamatay kung your life is in grave danger. So, to answer this question, lalayo na ba tayo? ano? Do you have any other argument?
Hindi, tama yung sinabi mo. That's the reason as well na I took the relativistic view with regards to morality. Kasi nga, may kanya-kanya tayong justification, may kanya-kanya tayong culture, no? And we have our own means in order to do such action. So, depende yan sa context ng pinag-uusapan natin. If you're going to put it in a context ng self-defense, of course, it's okay to unalive that intruder. Now, if you're the one forcing an entry, syempre, hindi na justified yun.
Lang din sa sinabi mo, atheist teacher, na kasi ang nagigets ko kung bakit relativistic yung pagkuha mo dahil you started from the effect nakita mo sa observation and then you look at it as, kumbaga, bottom up yung ginawa mo di ba? So may okay lang naman sa akin. And then siguro isa pa sa gusto kong i-point out is yung hindi justified ang intention mong makaganti. It was never a justified thing, right? And then hindi justified na galit ka kaya mo papatayin. That's not actually justified. So yun lang yung point. Pero
Yeah,
naiintindihan
kasi
ko
subjective
kung bakit
judgment
relativistic
yun
yung kinuha mo.
Oo, yung subjective
Subjective.
judgment, whether objectivist ka or relativist ka, hindi justify yan. Hindi justification ng subjective judgment.
Meron akong curious question. Paano natin i-coincide ngayon yung sixth commandment na thou shall not kill at yung
Uy.
justified murder?
Tawag dito, feeling ko, sorry Sandaya ha, sagutin ko
Sige.
lang ng mabilis.
Ano lang, curious question lang siya.
Tawag dito, magkaiba na naman kayo ng lenteng tinitignan, no? Ang sinasabi siguro ni Ilo sa akin lang ay, ikina-qualify ba natin na murder yung ginagawa ng Diyos? It's not actually a question whether it is justifiable or not. Tama ba ako doon, Ilo?
Doon din ako humuhugot ng point ko kanina.
Yung sinasabi, kaya ako sinabing unjustified is para mawala sa murder side kasi that's the definition of murder.
So pag justified na yung killing, hindi na siya murder, ganun ba yon?
Kasi yun ang definition ng murder.
Okay. So, para lang hindi tayo nawawala, no, Ilon, nakukuha mo ba yung point ni Kayo? Na kapag justified na yung murder, hindi na siya murder kasi there's a reason behind that action. So it's so ang nagiging definition ngayon ng murder, if it is a kill, it is a KILLG that has been justified, it's not murder anymore. Ganun siya.
Tsaka tatandaan natin, Mac, no, na as bilang theist to, ang ultimate justification na kay God. So, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na lahat ng gagawin ni God walang justification. Kasi
Correct,
He Himself
correct.
is the justification.
Oo,
Correct.
kasi sa...
Gusto lang tayo ng
Oo,
oras.
tama yun, E.T. Sa Christian theology kasi, tatandaan natin, wala talagang objective morality. Meron lang moral authority. So, kahit anong gawin ng Diyos na moral authority, yun yung moral. Kahit ano yung isipin niya, kahit ano yung gawin niya, yun yung moral. Kasi hindi yun objective morality, that is a moral authority over
I think
everything.
there's an entanglement there, Macarios.
Mhm.
Alam mo yung fact value entanglement? Kasi
Ano yun, go?
the objective side of the moral is the character of God Himself. And then tama ka rin na kung ano yung action niya would be moral because nagkaroon sila ng entanglement
Yes.
Pero sa paningin natin, of course, magmumukha siyang subjective kasi, okay, parang gusto kasi natin sabihin na I know better. Parang gano'n yung gusto natin sabihin Your standard is wrong and we know better. Parang gano'n.
Or it seems na you're equalizing with God. Na your reasoning is the same as reasoning of God. Kaya mo nasasabi na subjective yan or mali yan.
Oh.
Di ba?
Tama 'yon. So feeling ko dun nagkakaroon ng ano ng foundational misunderstanding dun sa how you actually look at what's moral or what's not. Kasi kapag sinabi nating objectifiable yung isang bagay is immoral na agad sa paningin natin. Pero pag tinignan mo naman dun sa perspective nung moral authority na tinatawag natin is hindi naman pala talaga kasi nga siya yung nagde-decide which is moral and which is not. Hindi mo rin masasabi na yon ay ano tawag doon? Logical fallacy kasi hindi rin siya special case kasi siya nga yung nagde-decide eh. Nakukuha ba yon? So, kung yung tanong ni Zendaya na dun sa Ten Commandments na thou shall not kill, it is actually hindi sakop doon yung lawgiver kasi siya nga yung nag-decide dun eh. So, wala siya doon. Hindi siya
Yeah, nagigit.
Also, I said, kaya pinaliwanag ko kanina earlier, na yung Ten Commandments is actually a reflection of human nature and actually the nature of God. Kasi nga, the objective side of that morality is the character of God itself. Ngayon, because of course, you cannot derive bad or evil sa character mong good. So of course, it necessarily follows na whatever you do is good by definition, right? Kaya ganun talaga
Whatever he does.
Pero may entanglement kasi siya. Kaya sabi ko, yung Ten Commandments is the reflection of the character of God and also the reflection of the character of the people, of human beings.
And yung goal kasi ng Ten Commandments is for preservation kasi binigay yun to preserve the Israelites during their wandering in the desert, di ba?
Yeah, that's the economic side of it kasi to preserve them.
To preserve them. And hindi mo naman kailangan ng preservation kapag ikaw yung creator, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng create ka lang ng create pa habang pinapreserve mo yung Kingdom of Israel, di ba? Tapos create ka lang ng create ng tao. So they have to learn, they have to thrive as a society, kaya may ganong Ten Commandments. So,
Doon ayun yung naging reason doon nung binigay yon kasi parang kasi ang ako pagkakaintindi ko ang subjective ko diyan, opinion ko diyan is dumating yung point na we are so stupid or they're so stupid na God has to codify it. Kasi ang iingot, walang gano'n.
ba't naman kasi ang Diyos ay pumipili ng mga engot para maging bayan niya, kayo?
Sabi nga kasi sa Bible, hindi ka pinili dahil magaling ka, hindi ka pinili dahil matalino ka Wala kang kwenta Kaya ka pinili.
So, alam mo na kapag ikaw ay Kristiyano at naniniwala sa Biblia, pinili ka ng Diyos dahil ikaw ay
walang kwenta.
engot. Charot.
Actually, nag-gets ko yung yun nga, nag-gets ko yung contention din kasi ni Ilo na bakit nga pag ba tawag dito, pag tao yung gumawa. Pero ang nag-gets ko na rin yung side ng mga theistic na hindi mo pwedeng tungtungan yung rason ng Diyos kasi nga ang kailangang parating position niya is all-knowing, all-perfect. So, kung hindi natin maintindihan yung reason niya, bakit niya pinatay yung it's because only Him can actually understand that. So, yeah.
Oo. Tama.
Transcendent kasi yun.
Aquinas dyan
Ando naman yung reason. May reason.
Meron, tama kayo.
Yes.
Ito lang siguro yung mabibigay ko kay kay Aquinas na na may sense. Ay, hindi. Maggagi maraming bashers na theist dyan.
Oo. Grabe siya.
Hindi kasi ang sabi niya kasi, we cannot actually fully understand God. All we can do is actually to analogize. Makes sense. Makes sense naman yun kasi we cannot fully understand it kasi it's like trying to understand yung perfect being. How can you even do that? Right?
Yung analogy lang ng limitless being sa limited being, sasablay
Nagbigay si Ansel ng definition of God to actually it's a response kay Aquinas kasi sabi niya, okay, ang definition ng God is the being than which no greater can be conceived, which is a good pragmatic definition.
Uy, Anselm yun. Answer yun.
Parang magiging illogical
Answer nga.
ngayon.
Ano ba sabi ko?
May bago akong contention. Paano kung pag-usap?
Marcel.
Okay, Prag, may tanong ako sa'yo. Para kung yung contention natin, specific subject lang. Ang salita kasing all-knowing, generalize masyado yun eh. In all aspect of knowledge kasi yun eh. Ang pinag-uusapan natin yan, morality lang naman. Kasi masasabi ba natin na yung contention na pinag-uusapan natin ngayon ay part ba ng may maximum pa na knowledge sa alam natin ngayon?
Yeah, kasi the morality na pinosit ng Christianity is a declaration of its superiority. So, kasama doon na all-knowing.
Hindi. Magiging illogical kasi pag sinabi kasi all-knowing and all aspect kasi ng knowledge yun. Agree ka ba doon?
No, we don't define all knowledge like that. Hindi namin sinasabi na.
What do you mean? Sige, bigyan mo ako ng...
Okay, kasi parang
how
gusto
do you
mo kasi
define
sabihin,
all-knowing? Sige.
parang gusto mo kasi sabihin in all aspect of knowledge, like for example, God should be able to create a square circle. You cannot do that.
Hindi, all-knowing ang subject natin. Hindi naman about sa pag-create eh.
Hindi, pero he must know how to do that, right? Kasi all aspect of knowledge.
Ano mo lang eh.
Okay.
So, hindi yun ibig namin sabihin. Kumbaga,
So ibig sabihin na di-define. So bakit niya ngayon nagbibigay ng definition para ma-comprehend natin yung all-knowing God na yan?
what do you mean? Hindi ko gets.
O, di ba? So, bakit niya ngayon nagbibigay ng ano to? Di ba sabi mo all-knowing? Agree naman ako doon na yung limited cannot comprehend such limitless knowledge ng God na yan. So ngayon, di ba nagbibigay nga tayo ng contention na pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. So kung pinag-uusapan ba natin ngayon, yan din ba yung perspective ng Diyos para maintindihan din natin yung will niya?
No.
Pagdating sa morality?
Teka, wag mo i-generalize na wala tayong kayang malaman sa Diyos. Alam mo yun? Hindi. Sabi lang natin is we cannot actually fully understand or comprehend Him. Hindi natin sinasabi na we cannot comprehend anything. Okay?
Okay, in one
Question.
Kasi dun eh.
Pag like for example, papasok na yung parte na kung saan hindi natin siya maiintindihan, doon na ba pumapasok rin yung konsepto ng God of the Gaps?
Actually, ako,
Must be.
Hindi ko sasabihin na hindi naiintindihan. Kasi God, as being a creation, is intelligible. May part tayo na naintindihan. Parang
Correct.
it seems absurd na we are able to come up with this concept or idea and we are able to fathom a creator but then wala tayo naiintindihan.
Deist ka na nun.
So,
Deist ka na nun. Ay, sorry.
Meron tayong wait lang. Meron tayong naiintindihan, yun yung intelligible nature ni God.
Okay.
Nakuha? Pero, to fathom the completeness and the utter being of what God is, doon ka hindi pwedeng pumasok. Kasi you are a limited being.
Agree.
Point of view ko naman dyan, lagi ko sinasabi kayo sa mga Kristiyano, like for example, the Bible. Kasi ang binigay sa atin ay sufficient truth, not absolute truth. Kasi, I remember, sabi ni Jesus kay Peter yata, sabi niya, you don't understand this? How can you, what more yung the things of heaven? Di ba? Di ba? Sinabi ni Jesus mismo sa kanya, parang, you don't understand these things? What more of the heavenly things? Yun yung point kasi, ako, nasa position ako, na ang binigay sa atin is sufficient truth or knowledge, not absolute knowledge.
Absolute, hindi mo pwedeng i-apply sa tao.
Hindi nga pwede. Kaya nga meron nagbibintang sa akin na nag-ano daw ako na absolute. Sabi ko, sige, maghanap ka sa video ko na I claim absolute truth. I'm a pragmatist. Nasa sufficient lang ako doon.
That's reasonable.
Alright, ayan.
Extreme. Nasagot ba yung tanong mo na yung regarding understanding of God?
Yeah. Most likely doon na nga siya papasok. I know it sounds very paradoxical kasi nga we always go for something that we try to understand, but that's not going, hindi tayo mag-a-arrive doon. We can always just try, but we are not going to arrive there. So I guess yun na yung paradoxical doon, or hanggang doon na lang talaga tayo.
Pero I have a question sa'yo, Pinoy Extreme. What if you can fully understand, fully comprehend God? Now what? What would you do with it?
Actually, I don't know.
Exactly. Maybe that's the reason why.
I don't know.
On point, on point.
I don't know. Kasi, I mean, with the knowledge that you will gain, di ba? That's vast.
Di ba yung Book of Job? Na kinwestiyon niya na question, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Anong kasalanan ko sa'yo? Blah, blah, blah. And then, God actually is, okay, tatanungin kita ha. Tatanungin kita, tumayo ka dyan, sumagot ka ha. Nasaan ka nung ginawa ko to? Nasaan ka nung ginawa ko to? Ito, naiintindihan mo yan, matanda ka na di ba? Ganoon siya. Anong ginawa ni Job? Nagtakip na lang ng bibig. Ay, parang nagsalita ako ng hindi ko alam. I'm sorry.
Tsaka during even in the time of the Old Testament, even the inception of the Ten Commandments, hindi nga nagpakita ng buo, di ba? Voice of God lang yun. Sa Jewish tradition, Metatron pa nga yun, hindi pa si God eh. Sa Jewish tradition, di ba? Kasi nga, once you were able to hear yung actual voice, you will instantly die.
Yeah. Kasi, kaya ba ng material na tulad natin na limited na creature, can we actually absorb that kind of I don't think so, dude.
Definitely not.
Kaya minsan naisip ko rin okay, ano ba ang magiging value kung alam ko lahat ng alam ng Diyos? Wala rin naman ako magagawa dun.
Wala, hindi. Kailangan kasi kayo, kung halimbawa, let's say, hypothetically, bibigay sa'yo yon. Parang, Bruce Almighty, bibigay sa'yo yung knowledge. Pero hindi pa pwedeng ibigay sa'yo yon na walang omnipotence. Kasi kaakibat yun Wala kang magagawa kung meron ka lang all-knowing, tapos wala kang omnipotence. Di ba?
Mas masakla pa niyan, kung hindi ka pa omnibenevolent, patay ka. Para kang Thanos nun.
Oo. Kaya yung attributes, yung nature na intelligible sa humans, it coincides all-knowing, all-powerful, all-loving, omnibenevolent, such.
Kasi for example,
All-present.
Extreme, alam mo mangyayari yung gagawin ni Gabe. What are you going to do?
Na-force ko agad yun.
Kasi you have that omniscience, right? Paano kung alam mo na kagad yung gagawin niya? Like for example, alam mo kung paano mamamatay yung mga loved ones mo. What are you going to do? You will intervene, right?
Yeah.
Great heartbreak, tapos wala kang magagawa. Alam mo lang yung mangyayari, tapos wala
Kailangan
kang magagawa.
ng powerful.
Oo.
Well, pinuyat na naman tayo ni Kayo.
Ano naman discussion? Grabe ka naman.
Pag sumasamba talaga si Kayo, napupuyat tayo. So, maraming salamat guys. At sana nag-enjoy kayo dun sa exchange ng knowledge. Ako rin, actually, ang dami kong napulot ngayon. Kasi, galing na rin ako sa atheistic point of view, and somehow, yung contradicting characteristics nga nung God, yung, pinagninilay-nilayan ko. And marami akong napulot ngayong gabi.
Maraming pagmumuni-munihan.
Yes. So, any last words, guys? Sige na, I'll give the floor to you guys.
Ako salamat lang at pinakit nyo ako. Akala ko hindi na ako papakitin ng Pinoy Extreme kasi hindi ako pinapansin kanina. Salamat ulit.
Hindi ko nababasa
Sa
kasi
kisame.
pag
Busy sa kisame, nakatingin sa kisame.
Oo, actually nakikinig ako kaya hindi ko napapansin yung chat.
Thank you sa inyo lahat.
Ay, thank you, thank you.
Sige,
Thank
sige.
you sa'yo. Pina-explain.
Next time ulit.
Tapos, ang last words ko lang, basta as long as you are open-minded and yung may teachable ka lang na ano to, you are open to correction, maganda yan. Yun lang. Thank you.
Oh yes, everyone should.
Thank you. Thank you sa discussion na to. And actually, ganito naman talaga dapat nag-share ng knowledge. Hindi tayo nagme-make face, hindi tayo namamahiya ng tinakausap natin. Nag-share tayo ng kaalaman natin and from different perspectives, which I really appreciate. So yun lang. Maraming salamat.
Follow nyo si Kayo, si Pinoy Extreme, si Sensei Ilo, lahat na nandito sa taas, tsaka yung mga umakyat. Siguro isang tip lang maibibigay ko, if you're going to object to an idea, make sure na ang pinaghuhugatan mo ng objection, yung mismong idea na yun at hindi ka nanggagaling sa ibang lens. Kasi sasablay ka dun. Yun lang.
Okay, bye guys. Maraming salamat. Bye-bye.